Let's talk about baby doge some more now for our technical analysis. So first things first, we did just now drop down below the support here. So that's pretty important. That's a pretty important factor here with baby doge. And the support I'm talking about is right here. This is about 8Z276. So yeah, we dropped down below that. And we're literally right below it, trading below it, deciding whether or not we want to become bullish or bearish. So if we are to become bearish, obviously we know 8Z22 isn't that far away. Now, if we scroll out, it'll probably look like it's closer. But yeah, 8Z22 really is not that far away from 8Z27. So I think if we do continue to break down from here, then we're definitely going down to 8Z22. Now, if you look at the prior supports to where we were before in Baby Doge, that will give you an idea to where Baby Doge will be after things pull back down. So if you look at 8Z27, that's pretty much where we're at now. And you can look at the prior supports back in earlier in February. So what we're seeing here for these prior supports back in early February, we had support at 8Z275, right? But then we broke down below it and then we stayed above it. But we did have that support at 8Z275. And that's why I like these indicators because it kind of shows you where your supports are going to be. So if you kind of go ahead and you bring that same logic down here for baby doge, you start to see that 8Z275 is also where our current support is stuck right now. So that just gives you the knowledge and the information to know like we are at a critical point. If we break down below this support, we are going to have a very easy time getting down to 8Z22, which wouldn't be a good thing because we'd be going down. It'd be a good thing for the long-term holders because you can get a good discount, but it wouldn't be a good thing for people that aren't long-term holders. So if you're not a long-term holder, what's about to happen now could be bad for you. But for the long-term holders, if we break down below this area here, then obviously, it's almost a straight shot down to 8Z22. We do have very, very minor support at 8Z25, and you can see it here. Very, very minor support at 8Z25. So I wouldn't even worry about 8Z25 honestly, because I think it'll be a straight drop down to 8Z22 if we were to become bearish in this scenario. It would be a straight drop down to 8Z22. So that's just my predictions here. So we're gonna have to wait for that, and let's go over to the 4 hour charts as well. So also looking at the 4 hour charts, you can kind of still see we have the same supports. If we were to drop down, we have that same 8Z25 minor support I was just now talking about. And you can see here that minor support, the green area shows this is our supply and demand, and that supply and demand of less demand or more demand. It shows you that there's more demand in that area. So here's where we got over here. So this is pretty much 8Z. I want to deem this as 8Z25. That is our support down here. But I was saying it'll be an almost immediate drop down to 8Z22 if we were to break that support. And because this is very minor support. So it's something that I don't even worry about or really even look at like that. So honestly, I think that we do have the possibility to still rise here, but it looks like we have to find our foundation first. We have to find our supports and our foundation first before we continue to have bullish movements inside of baby doge. So before we continue to become bullish, we need to find that support so we can build that momentum back up. So that's why I think 8Z22 it'll be good for us just so we can build that momentum. And if we go below it, it'll be 8Z12. And before we go to 8Z12, it should stop at 8Z16 before it goes all the way down there. So that's what we could see inside of baby doge coming up soon. So just to kind of recap that, we drop if it's bearish, we drop down to 8Z25, right? And then we effortlessly break 8Z25 and go down to 8Z22, and then we have a very good support at 8Z22, kind of trading between these areas, seeing if whether or not we can become bullish. If we can become bullish, the bearish scenario is completely X'd out, right? If we become bullish, then we can get past 8Z30. But if we don't become bullish, then you got to take into account what the bearish scenario would be. So first we would break down, hit 2.5, effortlessly break 2.5 down to 2.2, try to break past 2.2 like I said before, and then going down here to the support at 8Z16 almost immediately from 2.2 down to 1.6 because that's where our next support is. We don't have support until we get down to 8Z16. That's why I say this is very critical. It's very easy for us to drop down below and just completely, destroy everything because you can see very, very minor resistance going up from 8Z22 above 8Z25. Very minor resistance, meaning when we come back on the other side of things, is going to be very minor support now. So if we drop down below, it's going to break past that very, very easily. So that's something that you got to remember. And the same thing for AZ22. It was very minor at AZ22. So if we break AZ22, we're going to effortlessly drop down to AZ16, and then we might have some problems going below AZ16. But you can see what I'm talking about here. So hopefully we don't stay bearish, but if we do, I'm not going to complain because it's just a good buying opportunity for me personally and for anyone else who is a long-term holder for Baby Doge. Big shout out to everyone out there that watched the video. Also hit the like button and subscribe. This is the Marcellus Clips channel. On this channel, we will be continuing to grow, and I will continue to put the clips to all the videos on this channel just in case you don't want to watch the long form content. So definitely check that out. Let's get this channel to 1,000 subscribers and plus and beyond, and stay tuned for another video.